Hey everyone, and welcome to the Pagan Perspective. So this week is going to be all about gifted people. I'm sure you guys have seen all the other videos, and if you haven't, make sure to check the description below because I'll have the whole question. But a brief overview of the question is, this girl is asking about her 15-year-old sister who is gifted with a couple different abilities, and she really wants to know how to what her sister should call herself, what her sister should label herself, and how to go about using these powers, and how to really like hone in on those powers and how to understand them a little bit more. And then the other question was about deja vu and what constant deja vu means. So I thought I would talk a little bit about just being psychic or being sensitive in general, and hopefully some of the stuff that I talk about will help answer some of the questions that they have. So in here, it talks about how her sister can channel information through other people. Her sister will give her names of people or information about that person, and her sister can channel loved ones or come up with names or images in her head. So it sounds to me like she's experiencing clear cognizance, which is an experience where you know something without understanding why you know it. You're picking up on the energy that the person is thinking about, which is also a form of being a medium, which it also talks about how she has medium abilities, which would be communicating with spirits, but also knowing things about people that you haven't met or you've never encountered. Claircognizance is something that I would definitely recommend looking up in all of the clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience. Looking up those definitions will really help you to understand. To me, it definitely seems like your sister is a medium, which she's picking up on energies from living people and dead people, and she's experiencing those in the forms of deja vu and clairsentience, like I was talking about, or clairaudience, where she's picking up on those energies through you being around her. Now, you also talk about your sister leaving her body physically, and that's a form of astral projection. And I've heard of cases where people don't know that they're astral projecting, but they're leaving their bodies and they're journeying to new places. That's also a sign of being a medium. When you are in a dream state and you're going to a place that you've never been, but that place might be somewhere that a loved one had lived once before, or an accident is about to take place there, and you're seeing it for whatever reason because the universe is sending that energy out and you're just picking up on that wavelength of energy. So I definitely think that you should look into mediumship and understanding what being a medium is all about. As far as labeling your sister or labeling yourself at the age of 15, it's something that can cause more problems than you might intend on it causing, because when your friends or loved ones hear you use the term medium or psychic, they're going to think right away of, you know, the psychics that you see on the hotlines and the psychics you see on TV and through TV shows, and people aren't going to understand. So what I would say is that really understand what your abilities are, and then just let people know that you're gifted and you're very intuitive. Because when people hear medium, psychic, they automatically think crazy freak. And so when we say, well, I'm very intuitive to different energies that are around me, and I'm very intuitive to people's body languages, that really just lets people understand, you know, okay, well, maybe they're just picking up on that person's body language or the stuff around them. Because you, right off the bat, at the age of 15, or anywhere in your teen years, you don't want people to automatically think, oh my gosh, like, you know, that person's crazy, they don't know what they're talking about. And just really understanding. So definitely try to find out as much information as you can, and I think what you're doing right now for your sister, just being there for her and understanding her and trying to help her out is definitely what you need to keep doing, because your sister is going to keep experiencing things that she's not going to understand, and you really need to have someone there, have a support system for you that is going to be there and is going to try to help understand things. Even if you can't physically understand what she's going through, you can try to be there emotionally for her, because it's such a confusing thing getting visions or premonitions or feelings and not understanding why. Another part of the question was talking about the gifted community, and they're so sparse. And one of the reasons why it's so sparse is because when you actually run into people who are really gifted and actually have these abilities, they really don't like to flaunt them. Unlike the psychics that you'll see on the hotlines and on the TV shows talking about how they're psychic and they feel things and they can talk to dead people, it can be a very uncomfortable thing. And channeling energies and seeing spirits and dealing with those emotions and understanding what someone's thinking or what someone's feeling before you know them is a very uncomfortable and a very confusing thing for the person who is gifted and the person who is feeling it, because sometimes we feel so disconnected from our own bodies. It's like we're living through someone else, and we're constantly trying to have to understand what my emotions are compared to someone else's emotions, or what I'm feeling compared to the person. So it's always like a jarred, constant confusion. And try feeling like you're in the constant state of deja vu, where you feel like you know what's going to happen next, but you're not quite there, or having something on the tip of your tongue but just not understanding it. So that's why I think the community is so shadowed and so in the dark, because the people who are really gifted and who really have these abilities, I don't think are ones to be out there and to flaunt it and to say, oh my gosh, I have these abilities. They kind of keep it low key. But I personally experience a lot of these issues, and this topic is so touching to me because I've dealt with so many of the things that you write about. So if you have any questions or anything, remember that we as a community are here. I'll link my personal channel, so if anyone has any questions on that. So I hope that helped. But now on to the constant deja vu. So deja vu is a really interesting thing. It's when an experience happens to us, whether it be a sound or a smell or a certain experience, that we feel our mind is telling us this has happened before. And it's almost like you're watching a movie of your life, or you're put in a situation. Now, deja vu normally comes in the form of a dream. We've had a dream, and now we're living it. Now, that could also be your body telling you that you're in a lot of familiar situations. I think experiencing constant deja vu means that you are in a place that you feel like you're very familiar with, or you're on the verge of something happening, but you can't quite connect to what that is. Or the fact that you may be also astral traveling in your dreams or in your sleep, or not understanding it, and then when you're awoke or awakened and you're moving through your everyday life, you feel like you've already done this, or you've already been through it, because you've been experiencing it subconsciously. So that might be why you have been feeling the sense of deja vu. My solution to that is, if you feel uncomfortable in those feelings, because I know that the deja vu feeling can give you like the feeling of nauseous, like being nauseous or feeling a little disconnected, I would try meditation. I would try to figure out where this is coming from and why you're being affected so much, because you said it's been happening for a few months now. So I would really hone in on it and try some meditations and try to figure out, why you're feeling this way. Is there a specific spot that you're feeling it in? Is there a person that you're feeling it around? And try to really feel it out. So I'm going through the question and I'm trying to see if there's anything I missed. So yeah, and you talk about how there's so many terms like indigo child, crystal child, witch, all of those things, and when it comes to labeling, again, you really don't want to put a label on something until you can fully understand it and realize that sometimes there isn't a label for what you can do and what you feel. There's just no way to explain it better than, I'm sensitive and I have these abilities. The other thing was, you talked about your sister being a reincarnation, or she feels like she is a reincarnation of Sarah Good from the witch trials. And the one thing that I would have to say about that is that during the witch trials, I'm not saying that your sister isn't or anything, but during the witch trials, a lot of the women that were accused were wrongly accused, and they never practiced witchcraft. They never had any psychic or special abilities. I think that may be coming from a sense of wanting to belong or wanting to understand where these are coming from. Also, I would watch out for that, because sometimes being sensitive and being psychic or being a medium, you'll have spirits contact you who tell you that they're one spirit, or tell you that they are your spirit guide or your spirit form or a guardian spirit that's watching over you. And they may not be there to help you, they may be there to mislead you and to try to take over or try to connect to you in a way. So I would be cautious of that, and if you're getting someone telling you, oh, I'm this person and I'm your spirit guide or whatever, whatnot, just be weary of those encounters, because a lot of the times they're just trying to confuse you. Okay, so I hope this video helps. I didn't really put a lot of information in, but I am going to be doing a couple videos on my personal channel. Like I said, I'm going to link that, of different psychic things, and go in detail more on psychic abilities and deja vus and clairaudience and all of those things. Also, Charlie, who is a sub on Pagan Perspective, has done a couple videos, so make sure to check those out. They might be able to help you and your sister. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Love and light, and I will see you guys later. Bye.